If you were going to tell me that I was actually going to have cattle 3 years ago, I would have told you you were nuts, because we had egg-laying hens and some sheep, and I thought that was as big as I was going to get on livestock. Oh my gosh, we have a lamb!
Oh, two!
Two lambs, look at that! This just came out last night.
Oh, they're...
This is awesome. Oh my gosh, come here.
Oh, hi everyone. This is Sophie from Sprinkle with Soil.
And Tim from Homesteading Realtor at Call the Farms.
We're so excited to come on today and kick off this 2024 with a new video. We really wanted to take the time to tell you what we've been up to in the last couple of years since we made the move from California to the Appalachian Mountains. And in the last video where we gave you a whole homestead tour, we're going to be giving you an update of what we've been up to and the things that we have learned and the really cool people that we have been able to interact with, as well as our cool farm projects and what we're up to next.
And whew, there was so much to share. We can't wait. So if you told me that we were going to have dairy cows and beef cattle 2 years ago, I would have thought you were nuts, because we had chickens and sheep, and I thought that was the largest we were going to get in terms of livestock, and that was in California. But when we came out to Tennessee, if you listen to our Call the Farms podcast, we talk about John and Maggie Culver.
Yeah.
We befriended them, we helped them out with their farm, and she taught us how to take care of her jerseys. And after about a year of hands-on training, Sophie calls it, likens her to Mr. Miyagi style, right? We learned how to milk, without the machine, and it was really difficult at first, but the kids picked it up, I picked it up myself, and learning that the Jersey is the crown jewel to any homestead. Sophie actually convinced me to get a Jersey cow because I love ice cream, and that's another episode you can check out on Call the Farms. I'm so into ice cream, but you know what? After you've tried homemade ice cream using
Real milk.
Real raw milk from your Jersey cows, nothing can beat it, really. And so we got a Jersey cow because we knew that the price of feed was going to go up, price of food was going up, and we wanted to be able to take care of our livestock and take care of ourselves just in case, right? If there was going to be a mad rush, because coming from the city, we knew what it was like to panic buy in California, to react and go to Costco. But now, being farmers, we don't have to react anymore because we're prepared. We have a Jersey cow. We have 3 now. So we traded in those 3 chickens, if you've heard Sophie's story with her cookbook, which you can check out, Nourishing Asian Kitchen Cookbook. She talks about how we paid $300 a piece for hens, egg-laying hens in California, which was highway robbery. But at the time, we were worried, we panicked. We couldn't even get into Whole Foods and Safeways back in California. And so we wanted to feed our family with proteins, and that was the only source of protein that we could find at the time. So now we traded those up, and we've got 3 cows, and we haven't looked back. In fact, now we want more acreage so we can get some more beef cattle, because cattle are so resilient.
So let's talk about the things that we learned in gardening here with the different microclimates that we didn't have in California. So the first thing was, we already had a dream to start a CSA back in California. I wanted to grow a diverse variety of our Asian vegetables. And so when we got here, it was always still my desire to do that. However, there are a lot more challenges here, different challenges. We had challenges in California too, water and heat, extreme heat being probably the biggest challenges. But over here, we have challenges such as the amount of pests that are here and plenty of water, but there's a interesting type of humidity here that I haven't quite figured out for all of the Asian vegetables, especially the different varieties of medicinal, herbal, mint, and herbs that are specific to our Asian cuisine. There's also things like the squash vine borer, which is extremely just challenging and really frustrating. But it was mainly with our first year. Our second year has gotten a lot better. We have started building out the soil, so it does take some time to build out our soil health. And with the help of our animals, the way that we farm, we don't till, we are beyond organic. We focus on permaculture techniques, that it is really important for us to keep things very clean. And so because of that, our focus has always been on how do we build up the soil health, whether that be through Korean natural farming and using a lot of different Asian natural farming techniques. That has been really exciting for us to dig into, no pun intended, but we're really excited about sharing everything that we're learning, especially with our new project that we're going to be working on this year. One of the things that we learned this year on this land was raising our first lambs and our first puppies. Actually, we have now had 2 litters of puppies, and right behind us is our second season of lambs. This last December in 2023, I launched my first book. I published my first book, The Nourishing Asian Kitchen, with Chelsea Green Publishing Company. Sally Fallon Morell wrote the foreword, and she is the author of Nourishing Traditions, and that was also one of my biggest honors to have her endorsement. And so this has been a really exciting year to be able to talk to those and to find our community, not just locally, but now all over the world, with those who share the same values as we do, with our homesteading and it's so sweet, with our homesteading and our farming philosophy. So one of the biggest reasons why we love doing this is that we homeschool as well. And part of living this lifestyle, it affords us the ability to bring our children along for the ride. And one of the really cool things is having them meet the cool people that we are now good friends with. From playing the guitar and the ukulele with Anna of all trades, to playing Catan with Mike and Lacey Fit Farmer, to even meeting Dr. Mercola to deliver one of our puppies that they've been tending to and taking care of. Also being friends with Joel Salatin and having the girls just completely in love with his farm.
One of the special events that I was able to go on to witness, because normally you get to go to these special speaking events, but you did a great partnership with Dr. Schindler at the Modern Stone Age Kitchen, and I got to witness just a huge success with the pho masterclass that you taught in the morning, and then you did a very special dinner in the evening where you introduced some of the people out there what boba is, and healthy boba that we could feed them. And it was a really good turnout. In fact, it triple sold out in terms of, it was a really rainy and in terms of weather, it was a really bad evening, but we had so many people in the restaurant and it was such a great turnout. The food was delicious. Couldn't have asked for anything better.
Yeah, it was really exciting. And that is the, I taught the pho, the oxtail beef pho masterclass with Dr. Bill Schindler. And it was just really awesome to teach alongside him, who he talked about the benefits and historically, archaeologically, what he has found from the cultures and how we used to eat as humans before. So it's just really cool to see that all tie in as we go on this journey to figure out how to move back and go back to the land and live the way that our ancestors did. All right, one of the things about being a financial and mortgage consultant is having the capability to make funds outside of the farm, which is really great because I actually enjoy what I do. And on top of that, I don't have the pressure to make our farm our full-time income, which affords me the ability to grow as many things as I want or not. And anything that I have in excess, I'm so happy to share with our community, which is great for bartering. So one of the things that I have been able to do while I travel and work is one of the highlights this year was actually going to Dubai. And Dubai was really great because while I was there with a client, on my off time, I got to visit the spice souk and visit to see what the traditional folks in the Middle East, how they live and how they eat, and take some of those spices home. And that's the thing that's like really exciting for me now, is not so much buying the things and the souvenirs or seeing the things that I used to enjoy, but really just trying to understand how people live and the things that bring them joy, the things that are tied to their culture and their traditions. That's just really enjoyable for me. And like having that ability, Tim and I both went to Hawaii this year, and that was for work as well. So we got to, on our off days, we got to visit Sugar Hill Farmstead, and that was in Kona. That was really exciting because we got to visit another regenerative farming family that has a CSA, and she's got extremely high standards for how she raises her animals and grows her food. So we got to interview her for our podcast, as well as we toured the rice factory in Honolulu, and we spoke to the general manager there and got a tour of the factory, but also got to understand how the Japanese do Japanese natural farming and all the techniques that they use to grow their rice. So it has been just, where we are in our life, it's something that we never thought we could have signed up for, but we're so excited to be able to have this channel and to share with you all the things that we're learning along the way, and hopefully inspire you that, as we try to find this balance between our modern conveniences and the things that we worked really, really hard for in our career, but also now going back to the land, how do we transition? And we're still knee deep in that transition, but finding the beauty in both. And we're just really enjoying sharing that with you all. We just thank you so much for your encouragement and all your messages and all the follows and sharing with your family. And it just means a lot to us because this kind of lifestyle can be very isolating, and there's not a lot of people that really understand us in our old circles. And so as we build out our new circle, we just really want to say thank you for encouraging us. We just hit 1,000 subscribers yesterday. Wow. And I just jumped up and down I can't believe there's 1,000 people out there that are excited to hear about the things we have to say. And so definitely sign up on our newsletter on sprinklewithsoil.com. With the nature of the way that the world is going, we do want to keep our email near and dear to our hearts and communication, and we'll be doing a weekly newsletter. So stay tuned. That's going to be just sharing with you what we're up to and any events, any new recipes, any new learnings and teachings that we want to be able to share with you.
Definitely. And be sure to tune in to our Call to Farms podcast. I know Sophie mentioned about the newsletter, but I really love the podcasts that we have going on. We'll have at least 2 a month, but we'll be fitting more in. And we're interviewing some really cool and interesting movers and shakers in the homestead world.
Yeah, so stay tuned. We have a new project that we're working on starting this year. We're going to be hitting the ground running and getting our hands dirty, but just hang in there, and we'll be producing more content as we step back away from the stage to be able to show up here for you all and to be able to share a little bit about how to live a little bit simpler and with more intention.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, everyone.